All right, I'm on hole number 10 of the Riverside tournament in the opening round of the rookie division. I did not get it done on the front nine. There's just no two ways around it. I've got to shoot a minimum score of minus 15. Got to pick up eagles on all the par fours. Got to pick up eagles on all the par fives, and just did not, just flat out did not get it done on the front. I did pick up one of the par threes. I got a hole in one, but did not succeed on the other holes. So I remember some of these holes, so I'm gonna just play through and see how I remember and see if I can get into some kind of rhythm here. I'm gonna take a Kingmaker. In the weekend round, I think I'm gonna take one of those Summit balls. I'm doing a minus 5% to the cup at 1 per ring. So whatever the wind is times 0.95 divided by 1. Need to hit perfect. That all of these shots, the shot going into the cup and several of the drives. It's not always the case with drives, but several of these drives I definitely need to hit perfecto. It's 2 and a sliver. Am I in the right spot? Yeah, it's a sliver. Times 2 is 1.9 rings. And there's 1.9. Trying to hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. See if we can get 2 hole-in-ones on this in the same day. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. And right there, it shows that I didn't pull it enough. I didn't give it enough of a pull. It's like right there, I should have done almost a 0. Maybe even a +5. I think part of the deal there is that I've been a little bit more. I don't know that I've been putting on the side spin. I think I should just put on 2 and a titch of top spin and find the spot that works for 2 and a titch top spin, and that's the spot for the -5. All right, hole number 1. We have achieved success. All right, hole number 2. Hole number 2 is the giraffe hole. We put some wind adjustments in for hole number 2. Hole number 2 is going to be plus 10%, 1.3 rings per or miles per hour per ring. I'm at minimum club, 2 1/4 top spin, no side spin. Sliver top spin, no side spin on that one. Just looking at my notes here, trying to clean my notes up, getting it. The whole goal is to make the weekend round, and sometimes you come into the weekend round and you have really piss poor tiebreakers, and you just got to get it done in the weekend round. And sometimes you go into the weekend round and you're all set and you've fired off and you peaked in the opening round, and sometimes it works where you're just on track, and I think I can still put myself on track in the back 9. Just have to hit what I need to hit here. So hole number 11, I'm taking a sniper and a marlin. This is definitely a hole to bring a 0 power low wind ball if you have one. I unfortunately do not. Clear out one of those chests, save some jimmies. As Dale Apple would say, some jimmies. I'm stealing that from Dale. I'm not paying any royalties either, Dale. All right, here we go. Hole number 11. See if we can get the hole-in-one here. I have achieved hole-in-one on this several times this week. So it is a hole. This is a hole that we can get hole-in-one. Gotten hole-in-ones on all the par 3s except for the last one. I shot the middle par 3. I actually changed it up. I used to come at that with a Guardian, and I started doing the rough bump, but I actually went back to the Guardian shot and was able to get the Guardian shot in the hole. In the hole! See if my opponent can get in the hole. Not even close. 2 1/4 topspin, 1.3 per ring. Let's do the wind first. 4.4 equals divided by 1.3. We're going to do 3.72 rings. I'm going to do 2 and a titch. Topspin. I'm going to find the spot that works. I want to go right at the flagpole. 3.72 rings. There's 1, 2, 3, 7, 2. Oh, Jesus, I cannot hit perfect to save my ass. And it's nothing more than me at this point. I've actually been getting pretty good. Upgraded my device, upgraded my internet, just like Warner Brothers wanted us all to have to do. And I've been getting a little teeny bit of needle lag, but not bad. So any screw ups like that are all on me. Just trying to get my rhythm back. I went 2 months with such bad lag that I am I really do need to start playing more one-on-one during the off week to get my rhythm back, because I haven't been playing that much. And some of it I've had the time, I just, Golf Clash totally burned me out with the whole lag deal. So trying to just get back in it. I think we need to do it like seasons. Play for like 5 or 6 months and then take some time off. I am taking this shot. So I want to get some video of me taking this rough bump here. Really looking for where I'm landing. So like right there, I'm like dead center in the middle of that cut of the rough. I don't really care where it ends up to the hole right here. Although I would like to be close. So 4-7. I'm just going to do a straight up 4-7 pull. See where it's putting me now. Watch where this hits. Right there. I just barely was in that. So it pushed me forward in the hole. It pushed me forward a little. I hit the hole-in-one on that the last time I took that shot with a Guardian. Unfortunately, that one doesn't count. Or this one doesn't count. The deal there is that the forward moving wind, like with what we're doing taking out the 4-3, is working. Like we're putting ourselves in the right spot where we're in line with the cup. But the overall movement of the wind, the headwind, is actually pushing the ball further forward. Good luck. I really hate to pull that any more than that. All right. What hole are we on here? Oh man, we're on the test hole. Okay. I just need to go out there and get this done and quit dicking around with it. I really want to bring this rock. You've got to hit this drive perfect. In the second shot, I really want to bring a Guardian. And those are the only 2 clubs in the bag that, if I have to pull out anything other than those, then something went horribly wrong. What did I decided I was going to use a season 23 ball. Let's open up one of these other chests. Clear out a slot. Can't get club cards. You want more clubs, you got to open up chests. That's just how it works. And I, like everybody else, I am not any different than any other person out there. I want to upgrade my clubs. I want my clubs to be... I want to upgrade my clubs because it helps my games. And I will tell you this, though. There are a couple upgrades that if I could go back and Playdemic would say, hey, we'll let you revert back to a previous level. I would revert back to a previous level on my Hornet. I think my Hornet was... I had my Hornet dialed in. I'd played with that Hornet for years and had the same numbers and was fully dialed in on it. And actually, I think it hurt me. I want to get out into that area. Let's give myself a little bit more room on the 3-3. It's 3 1/3 rings. Just trying to hit. I'm not going to try. I'm going to hit this perfect. Hit it one ring great to the right. And it's in the sand. Ooh. Ooh. Looked like it had that video for a second. Like you can tell sometimes when you're going to get in the rough. And sometimes when it's just going to be really close. It gives it to you right until the last second. That's exactly what it looked like it was doing. Okay, that is the area I'm trying to get into. I have started. I know that if you look at the chart and you see what the upgrade is at level 9 for a rock, it doesn't get much. But it does get a little teeny bit of topspin, and there are several shots in the game that the rock is the club, and any topspin, any more topspin would be better. Would be greatly welcome. It's 1.2 per ring. Still not getting quite as deep in there as I'd like to get. Three. It's 1.1 per ring, so there's 3. Oh, that was once again anticipation. I'm gonna end up in the sand up there in the front. I could hit it 2 rings and end up in the rough, 1 ring and end up on. I keep dicking around on the second shot there. I've taken it several different ways, and the whole deal is I keep here's the problem that I keep having with the second shot. I know if you can get all the way to the very tip, you've got a beautiful shot. Your best, like if you're hitting down there, in my opinion, your best shot at an albie is where you can get your second bounce where it's already over the sand. You can get all the way up in that hole. If you can get into that spot, you can get into that spot, then your Guardian works great, but a big dog is better. Way off. That is twice. That's 3 times in a row. I made that hole super easy 3 times in a row, and I've only tanked the drive once. So I've been having problems with the second shot, and I keep dicking around with bringing my Guardian because there is a spot up there that if you have a Guardian, you got a great shot at it. But overall, you're better off. I would have been better off with a big dog right there. I would have had more topspin, and I wouldn't have had to switch to an overpower shot. I could have just put on another topspin and tried to do a rough bump up there, a second bounce rough bump, and it's super easy to just get up on the green. Where do you want to get on the green? Who cares? Just on the green side of that rough. And you're in more than often than not, you're not on the green. You're either on the green right by the hole or you're a chip. Need to quit dicking around with that hole. In the weekend round, I have to play that hole dead serious, and the way to play that hole dead serious is not to be afraid. A lot of people don't like bringing out their big dogs because they don't play with their big dogs very often. They get used to the ball guide, and I totally get it. But big dog is an awesome club for a reason. You think about the clubs that we have that are Tour 3 and below that are awesome clubs that people play with for a long time. I mean, obviously, if you're up at the top and you're playing Masters all the time and you've got all your clubs maxed out, you're playing with different clubs. But for most people throughout their career, they're using an extra mile and they're using a big dog and they're using a Goliath. They're using those Tour 3 clubs, big topper. All right, hole number 13. What is hole number 13? I need to go look at this hole. I get these par 3s confused. I know the giraffe hole is the first one, but these other two I get confused. We're on Glen Monarch, hole number 5. All right, that's the one we just did. And I'm going to do this with a Guardian with 7 backspin. And I'm doing the Guardian, and I'm doing a plus 5%. I think the way the wind is blowing, I'm going to wait and see which way the wind's blowing. I can't remember. So to get that done, I'm going to take a Guardian, and I think a Marlin will still work. I may have to switch to a Navigator. Is this the hole? This is the hole. Let me think about this par 3. Yes, this is the hole. I'm trying to bounce over the area that's in. They're offering me the special. The area in there where you can wash out and it flushes your ball out on the other side, on the opposite side, that you need to make an adjustment. I'm trying to avoid that. There is a funnel here, and I think on the other hole the funnel's better. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 backspin. I'm going to go right at it. 3-2. So 0.9. 3-2. That'd be I'm going to go 3-4. There's 3-3. It's about 3-4. Hitting it perfect. See if I got that right. Just a bit outside. Right there at it. Just kissed the flagpole and fall in the hole. And so it was 3-2. I had about the same one. I'll have to go back and look at that. I started to put it in my calculator and I had the wrong number in there, so I just did it by head. See if my opponent can get it in. One ring great to the right. Yo, right. And that's that little washout. So if you're right down here in the bottom, but it's hard to catch it. Like even with the rough bump, it's hard to stay in the middle and not get caught up going up that hill and getting washed out on either side. So I was exploring that rough or the backspin shot because you can go right at it and you can avoid that. So it's 1 bounce, 2 bounce. I mean, if you hit it perfect, bam, it's in the hole. And I'm not sure how much backspin even like a level 4 Guardian has, or a level 3. The deal there is a lower level Guardian, it's all about ball guide. It's a draw. The giraffe hole, plus 10%. Minimum club with a marlin, sniper. I will forfeit. All right, where are we at? What hole are we on? We're starting to just okay, we're on another par 4. We haven't had anything special happen, and we dropped one. We dropped one already, and we haven't picked it up. So now we really have some pressure on that we can't drop this hole. And this is the mid par 4, and I'm taking an Apocalypse and a Katana. Apocalypse and a Katana. All right, and I'm going to fix this shot because I've hit, the last 2 times I've been on this hole, I've hit a 2-ring great to the right. And I don't have room out there. But I do have more room on the left, so I'm going to fix this shot so that I can hit a 2-ring great to the right. And a 2-ring great to the right will make it, and the left will still make it, maybe. All but one topspin. Yeah, I'm at my red line. I'm going to pull back just a little. So at my red line, I'm at 11 yards. I'm going to pull back to 8. Take the wind out, 4-3. There's 4-5. Max curl. Hit it 1-ring great to the right. And that way I have plenty of room to the right. And the only fear is that if I caught a 2-ring great to the left, I might run out of fairway because the fairway gets shorter to the left where it curves up here. So you can see where I bled out where I'm at, and it starts cutting at an angle right here. So if you hit too far to the left, you may run out of fairway. So I took that one topspin off. So I'm pretty confident right there I can hit a 1 to 2-ring great to the right. And for sure a 1-ring great to the left, and maybe even a 2-ring great to the left. And that's putting it at the +8 mark. +8 mark. I got to go through and actually write myself out a set of notes. My notes have so many side notes and scribbled notes and stuff that's circled and stuff that's got X's in it. And then I go back and watch the videos, and then I can compare to it, and then I can see which parts worked, make up a new set. I still got a lot of work left to do on this hole. I am not done by any measure. Okay, from this distance, wind should not play a factor. Hitting it perfect. Into hole. All right. Finally got a little bit back on track. Picking up par 4s. Dropped 3 of them in a row. Well, excuse me. Hole number 1 is not in question. So I dropped this hole and hole number 8 on the front, so I dropped 2 in a row. And I dropped hole number 3 both sides. Hole number 3 has been a big problem for me. And it's not the drive. Although I did fail once on the drive, it wasn't the drive's fault. I mean, if I'd have hit the shot and not hit freaking 7,000 rings great, yeah, it would have been fine. But the shot setup was fine. It's the second shot, and the deal is I keep bringing the wrong club. I keep having high hopes for my Guardian that I can get ups in there, and if I brought a power 5 ball, it probably would. But you really don't need to bring a power 5 ball in there. It doesn't help you on the drive. Where you're at in the second shot Only if you wanted to bring a guardian. But if you bring a big dog, you can get up there. You've got enough topspin, you can get over. That's all me. In the weekend round, I may break down and bring a Power 5 ball. That may be what I do. It would make the drive a little bit easier with the rock. You could set it up exactly where you want it. All right. That was hole 14. Hole number 15. This par 5. Let me go look at this par 5. Do I need to look at it? Okay, I know what it is. It is an extra mile and a sniper. I could bring something to cut the wind down on this shot, but I'm gonna bring a Kingmaker. Let me buy some just so I don't run out on the field. All right, here we go. I'm actually don't want to overdrive this. I should be pretty close to minimum club. I go first. Put it all on. Go right towards that. The tip. .5. It's 2.1 per ring. That leaves me 4, so that's a little less than probably, what, 1.2. No overpower, but I am going to put some curl on it to bring it over to the fairway. Hit it one ring great on the inside. One ring great to the right. And that should put me for damn sure in my minimum club. That's as far on the inside as you want to be. You take the risk if you hit a straight in shot on that. You take the risk if there's no curl on that shot at all, and you bring an extra mile over there, or a club that doesn't hit very accurate. Anything that's over 2 or over. I mean, you hit a one ring. So on this side where it hits, it was one ring off, but on the second bounce, it's 2 rings off, and now all of a sudden, this rough that was way out of play is now way in play. Same thing on the other side, and you can clip it and then bleed out back in. And if you're in the lower part and you've got a Nirvana, you can recover. So 1.1 to the hole. Let's see where I'm at. There's min club. Min, max. I'm about mid. So 1.1 times 2. Yeah, so it's just 2 miles per hour. And it's definitely running, releasing at the very end. I'm going to try that out. I'm just going to do a 2 ring pull, which includes a 10% because it's at mid club. Hitting it perfect. We'll see if we can get anywhere close. See if it releases the backspin grub. I've been trying to get the backspin right because I want to get a little bit closer to the cup because it's a little bit mogully through here, and I think it's like hitting some of that stuff. So I was trying to put a little bit more backspin, and if you're trying to just run up to the cup and not use a lot of backspin, the ball guide's kind of lying. It breezes past it pretty well. But if you're putting backspin on it, it's not breezing past it quite as bad. Opponent making a great wind adjustment, or a wind adjustment. Looked like they had a method to their madness. In the hole. Oh. Oh, that was a nice shot. I feel your pain, brother. I feel it. All right, getting the eagle. I haven't had a lot of success on these par fives. I've had a lot of success on them in one-on-one just from playing them a bunch, but in tournaments, these haven't been really high percentage holes for me. Come on, dude. What are you doing? That's not good. That's not good at all. Good game. What hole was that? Battery power low. Better charge her up. I better forfeit. I better forfeit to keep the video low. I don't need to practice that hole. I have that hole dialed in. There's one of the par threes I want as many times as I can get it on video because I want to see what the hell's going on with this rough bump on where it's putting me. Hole number 16. Hole number 16, this par 3, and I think this is the par 3 right here. Let's go look at it. This is Glen Monarch Estates, hole number 6. And there's a rough bump here, and the ball guide's definitely lying. But backspin shot here. But I'm gonna do the rough bump. But I really want to watch where this wind is putting me because this wind, I'm gonna just do a straight up. I'm gonna do a plus 10%. And I know based off my notes, but I want to get several different ways of doing it so that I can see like where it's putting me if it's consistent. Number 7. Let me think about this. So I started off at plus 15, and that put me way off. I've tried a minus 5, and that was kind of scary. So I'm just going to do a straight up 1 for 1 and see where it... I better do the 10%. I better do the 10, and I better... Let me think about it. All these decisions on one hole. One stinking hole, like how you want to play it. Taking a Marlin. I could help myself. This is a hole that you could really help yourself out when you've got these holes where the wind adjustment is like super, super critical, or you can epic fail. This is the type of hole right here that having a low wind ball where you don't have to make that big of an adjustment. The wind's not going to move it that much because you've got the wind so damn low, there isn't much wind to move anything. Then you can really look at it because there are some of these holes, I'm telling you, even if we went into it with a 0 wind, like the ball ends up farther forward or it ends up farther back. It's 2. No side spin. Find the spot that works. 3, 4. I'm going to do a 3, 5. So I'm going to do just a full pull plus 0.1. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Ah, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about right there. As you can get in that spot, I didn't pull enough on it, so it's pushing me forward. But if I take more wind out, it's pulling me, now it's starting to pull me to the right. And so the deal is that it's not just a wind adjustment. There's another slight adjustment we need to make with the way that the ball is responding there in that rough area. So the last time I played this hole, I came out it on the front. I just came at it with a Guardian. I'm pretty sure you can do it with a sniper as well. and just backspin it up there because I was afraid that that right there was going to happen. But I've taken that shot in one-on-one or on the shootouts quite a few times up to this point, and I've been able to catch it, but it's been really close. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see if we can hit this perfect. Nope. Not even close. Well, that was a huge epic fail right there. I mean, that's just a damn par 3. And I knew on the front, I had gone back and watched all my video up to this point this week. And every single time I've shot that hole, where I started off as opposed to how far forward in that rough patch my ball was, it was like right up on the edge. And no matter what adjustment I made, it seemed like it was still like right up there. And when I was pulling off for what I thought was going to be the wind, it was super close. I knew that was going to happen. And that's why when that kind of stuff happens, you cannot afford that to happen in a weekend round. So the good news is that it's in the opening round. The bad news is I'm not doing that rough bump in the weekend round. I'm not going to do anything that makes that. It's a par 3. I need to get birdies on the par 3s. Would I like to get a hole-in-one? Yes, but I can't afford to get anything less than a birdie. Hole number 17. Now I'm in trouble. I picked up that par 4 and now I dropped it. So now I'm back on a crap track. This is a rough opening round, especially after what I shot in my practice account. So I shot a 30 in my practice account and I dropped the 2 par 4s in the back. But I still picked up enough other stuff that I still shot a 30. I did learn that you can't, I'm not taking anything off. I have hit this one where I hit it long and I took a little bit of topspin off and hit it perfect and it ended up being short. So I got to put it all on. And I think the wind here is what the deal is, because I'll have to go back and watch these videos from earlier today because my wind was 4.4 in my practice account when I went over. I think the first time I was through, it was like in a 3 mile an hour, and it felt like I was going to go long. I actually hit on the other side of the sand. I mean, I was way the hell out there. I think what saved me before is earlier I was hitting great to the rights, and I think where it feeds out to the right. The problem is that you can't start the shot off much more to the right than when I'm already starting it off. So I definitely need to hit a great to the right, or 2 rings great to the right. And that is unfortunate. And the way our wind's blowing, that was not the side to hit to begin with. Okay, I'm 2 rings off. Where does that put me here? I'm gonna come in about a third of a ring. Take the wind out. 3-1. Max curl, max overpower. Oh, 2 rings great to the left. That's going to put me in big ass trouble. It's going to be in the sand. Way short. anything great to the left, you're in the sand. Anything great to the right, and you're in the good stuff. But where that corner's at, I can't get around the bend when I'm at max power. So you've got to stay out. That's about that's as close as I'm willing to go in, because if you go in any further, anything, because you can hit it, if you leave yourself a ring and a half to 2 rings, you can hit a ring, 2-ring great to the right, and you'll actually end up on the green. I think if you move the shot over so that the perfect is more in the zone, that if you hit anything great to the left, it's still going to end up in the sand, and now you just took out all the shots to the right. I'm not advocating for hitting great to the right, but I would have loved to have hit a 1-ring great to the right there. That would have been a much better deal. I can still get this one in the hole if I can remember how to freaking hit my clubs today. The wind's going pretty well with me, so I'm not going to have to, I shouldn't have to move too much. Hitting it perfect. See if I got my wind adjustment right. And I better have. It was in the hole and about 7,000 miles an hour too fast. I had to go for it, dude. I could have went up there and tried to do the thing, but wind would have played more of a factor if I'd have got up close to it and put on a little bit of backspin. I was trying to. Sometimes when you're using your rough iron and your sand wedge, especially the Spitfire, because it has so much topspin, you can use it like your rapier. But there's a certain distance away you get that you're taking the risk that if you're at that distance, you really want to make sure that you change transitional surfaces. And so that's why I was trying to get as far back as I could to change transitional surfaces. But there's a certain spot out there that you have enough forward distance from where it was laying to its first landing spot that if you run all that topspin on there, it comes in and it's a lot hotter than the ball guide was leading you to believe that it was going to be. And that was one of those spots. Because there's a lot of holes that I can do that same exact thing, and if I was just a little bit closer, it wouldn't have done that, and the ball guy would have actually been like dead on. Because where I left it, it looked like it was actually, if it was true, it would have been like almost short. Hole number 18. What a crappy round. Hole number 18, I'm going to take a QB. Did I put a QB in any of these bags? I'm not using my big topper at all, so I'm going to switch this bag up. QB, Sniper, Grizzly. I wish that B-52 had a little bit more ball guide, because that Grizzly is not, and I can't stand my backbone. I never liked it when we had to use it before the Grizzly became the deal. If that Grizzly doesn't start responding, I'm going to go back to using my Saturn. Seems like I had more luck with it. Alright, that's all I need, and a katana. And we better open up a chest. Save a gem or two. Cycling through the common cards. Cycling through cards, that's the whole deal. Open. It's really cool. It's like a lot of these games. You start these games where you're building a castle, you're building something, you're building one of those empire builder games, the Clash of Kings of the world. And at the beginning, you can build stuff really quick. And then as you get higher up, it takes longer because you have more resources and you have a bigger build time and you have all this stuff. And this game's kind of the same way. the very beginning, you're getting tons of clubs. And I'm going to switch this up. Bring a turkey ball. Same shot. 1/8. Hit a 1-ring grate on the inside. And if I was going to hit a 1-ring grate one way or the other, the inside is where I wanted to hit so that it gets me more towards the shadows. Why are you laughing? We really want to watch what my opponent's doing here, because this is the side over here. Next time we play this in a tournament, I wish they would have taken that. Next time we play this in a tournament, I'm going to shoot over there, even if it costs me the whole deal. I'm just going to go out there and pound it on that other side until I can figure out a max overpower hook shot on the other side to come in at this green in a different way. Because this hole's been in the game for a long time, since the beginning. I'm not sure. Sunshine Glades, I believe, started off, it was just, not sure if it was a full 9-hole course. I think it was, because I think the very first tournament ever was at Sunshine Glades, if I remember correctly. I'm right at max. I'm going to get up there, up against the line just a little. It's 2.4, 2.6. There's 2.5, 2.6. Trying to hit it perfect. Oh, you son of a... That's all freaking me. That is just all me and badass timing. I got my speed. I got my stuff down. I'm not happy. Not happy, not because the deal is I'm not happy. I'm not unhappy because I hit the grate. I'm not happy because I'm not learning anything from that shot. That's the problem, is if you have practice rounds and you're not hitting perfects, you're not gaining the information you need when you're off on a cup. So you get to the hole and it didn't go in, and you go back and watch the video and you'd made the right adjustment and you did a 10% and you did an overpull. Now you can fix that. You know you can fix it. But when you don't hit it perfect, you don't know. You can kind of look at it and go, okay, like where would I have been if I would have did that? But it's hard. If you start making adjustments when you're not hitting perfects, then you really have a moving target. The suck thing, and my buddy Scooby, this is his argument. The suck thing about doing the wind ring method and trying to work these holes out and get all the stuff is that if you hit it perfect, you have a serious shot of it going in the hole. But very seldom, I mean, it happens, but very seldom do you ever make greats. Like it does happen, because on some holes that they just lend themselves to it, like everybody's off on one side and you hit it great to that side and all of a sudden it goes in. So, I mean, it happens, but typically, if you don't hit it perfect into the cup, you have zero chance if you actually set it up. And my buddy Scooby's argument is that, well, if I learned how to set all that shit up, then the only way I could make shots is with perfects. And he goes, I make greats all the time. Yep. You have him to thank for all these videos. I tried to teach him. I tried to help him. I tried to at least give him some pointers so that he had the deal, but no, he couldn't do that. All right, where did we end up? Was that a 26? Or I don't even know if that was a 26. That was a horrible, horrible round. 25, jeez, horrible round. But what's encouraging here, though, is seeing the scores, is because I'm 100% sure that I'll have to shoot, and I before this and absolutely now, I will have to shoot a minimum score of 31 or more in order to have any shot at a win because I have no tiebreakers. And I knew going into the weekend round that I was going to have to shoot better than a 30 plus, in order to have any shot at it. So that really hasn't changed. But obviously, if I can stay, I picked one shot up. I just did not succeed on the par fours. And some of it was me, and some of it was just working the shot out. And I think on the mid par four, I think I've got that one figured out now. So on the mid par four, hole number 5, I'm going to take an Apocalypse and a Katana, and I'm going to pull it back to the +8, 2 rings of separation from the transitional on the right, or excuse me, on the left. Max curl, a half less than max topspin, or 1 less than max topspin, and just put me right there on the side with a nice chip to get on. I think I got that one out. Hole number 8 is just all about hitting it perfect, or 1 to 2 rings great to the right and not hitting anything to the left. And a perfect is actually a 1 ring great to the right. And a 1 ring great to the right is actually a 2 ring great to the right. And a 1 ring great to the left is a perfect. And anything to the left, I'm screwed. And it's just from where the shot is. And there isn't any ball combo that's a little better. I suppose what I could do in that situation is I could bring out a 4 side spin ball instead of a 3 side spin ball. And the 4 side spin ball is going to, and I'm taking the wind out, the 4 side spin ball is going to allow me to swing the tip over more so that it goes through the area I'm looking for. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a note as I'm sitting here talking to myself, talking to you guys, walking through it, trying to figure this stuff out. This is the fun part of the game, is to try and figure out, what. I'm going to put 4 side spin ball. 4 side spin ball. 4 side spin. And try that out on that hole. I'll try it out in my auto count and see how it works. Because that might open it up so that it's not so critical. I'm trying to get everything I can with curl, and I'm trying to get that, and I could help myself out by bringing out a bigger side spin ball, and we now have them, so that might work. All right, still have tons of work to do, but not too bad. Let's see where the cutoff is. So the minimum score, in my mind, is -26. That's why I didn't even shoot the minimum score, and I picked up one. So the minimum score is -26, and we're not there. We still have a lot of people that haven't played, so my number is going to go down. But there's a lot of people having problems, and I'm sure that most of these people are having problems on hole number 3, big problems. That person was just having problems everywhere. All right, that was the Riverside tournament in the opening round of the rookie division. Thanks for watching.